Before we begin today's episode, I want to share with you a bit about a new site that I was introduced to called Popsy. This is a site that sells refurbished iPhones at insanely good prices. I mean, if you think about it today, iPhones get lost, stolen, broken, and all types of stuff happen to them, and replacements are insanely expensive. So using a service like this could make much more sense in certain situations. Their site offers everything from iPhone 6s models to 12 Pro Max models at much better prices than buying from, Apple directly or even cell phone carriers. On top of that, the phones are unlocked so they can be used with multiple carriers, and they offer a 12-month warranty and 30-day exchange period for any issues that might come up. I highly recommend you check out their site and look through the wide selection if you are in need to replace your phone or find a good priced gift for someone. I mean, these would make for an excellent gift, so check out Popsy at the link in the description and get an awesome device at an awesome price. Now though, on to today's episode. What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Cavalier Clay. And I know what you're thinking, Mike, haven't you discussed this clay to death? Yes, I have, but lately I've been asked quite a bit about changes made to the Cavalier Clay. Is there a reformulation? Is there major changes? And if so, does it work the same? There's been quite a few questions asked to me about this subject, and as usual, your old buddy Mike looked into it, tested it all out, and I got the details for you in this video. And for starters, why would anyone think that the ingredients have changed? And the answer is, well, because they did. And here's the proof. Here's one of the many jars of this clay showing the ingredients that I've picked up over time, and then one that I just picked up from the Blumaan shop. Looking at these ingredients list, we can see the prior one started with petro as the most dominant ingredient, and then moved over to beeswax and then castor seed oil before hitting the clay and some water. Now though, we've got liquid paraffin as the most dominant ingredient, and then water, so no petro, and then on to castor oil and then the clays. So it does look like there was some major changes made. But when making products, this is actually one of the things that I love most about doing this, about making products. There's always different ways to arrive at the same destination. I say that because take a look at the jars here. Just looking at the products, there's really not a way to tell a difference between the two. Even scooping it out and looking closer at the product itself, there's still not much of a visible difference. I did get a couple of messages from folks saying that the product itself felt like it was way different and not just ingredient-wise, like it actually felt different. And I can't tell you anything about that. You are seeing what I'm seeing on that, so I don't really have anything else to report on that subject. So where do we go from here? What do we do now? Well, we've got to use it. Let's just use it and see what happens. Now, first off, yes, I got me a haircut. I went back to my old style after more than a year, and I gotta say, really, it felt nice. It felt like coming home again. It was really comfortable. I kind of missed this style here. Now, though, going back to the Cavalier, I'm gonna be running it through as I have hundreds of times before, and because I've used it hundreds of times before, as this is one of my personal favorite clays, I can tell you that for the most part, it's the same. But I can tell you it's a bit slicker, just a tad bit slicker, and for me that doesn't really mess things up. It doesn't really change a whole lot about it. I'd say the styling is 90% the same. The hold is just as I know it to be. It's just the same. It's got the same exact hold. The style is coming together almost instantly as usual. I think it's just a tad bit slicker, meaning that it goes into the hair a little slicker. The comb runs through it a little bit easier, and then after applying it and doing all this, some light combing, some finger combing, to just moving things around, it instantly comes together. This is something that I love about this clay, by the way, how easy it is to style with it. It's just always reliable. It's always super easy. And after doing all that, we are set with a killer end result. All right, so let's answer this question now. Did Cavalier change? Well, technically, yes. There was a change in formula as evidenced by the change in ingredients. When you change the ingredients on a product like this, you do change the formula. You technically change the product. I can tell you, like I said a second ago, it is a tiny bit slicker, which leads to slicker application, slicker combing, things like that. But other than that, I really don't see much of a change here. And really, if you enjoy this clay as much as I do, this is really good news. I know I would be personally annoyed if they changed this one, but thankfully it does seem to work as it should. And if you want to check this one out, get yourself a new jar, or if you haven't yet checked it out, I highly recommend you check this one out if you're a clay fan. This is one of my personal favorite clays. And if you do want to check it out, a link, as usual, will be in the description, along with the standard coupon code to save you some money on your next order. It's a really easy code. It's just Mike. Type my name in there and you'll save some money. That's it for today, though. Thanks so much for joining me here. Take it easy. I'll see you next time.